Zero. Like zero. It's a good place. You can think clearly at zero. Often you find, don't despise zero. Zero will actually do numbers of things for you. I'll talk about those a little bit later. But anyway, I came to a place where we're back at zero. And that's where I want to pick up today's thought. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you about my journey over the past 8 years. From zero to where I am today. And hopefully you can get something from that. Because what we do, I work very hard. It's like, you know, retirement. People say retirement. People confuse working for yourself and retirement. You know, I don't work because I have to. I work because I love it. You know, and I guess that's the difference. You know, you see that lotto ad or Powerball, or they're all the same thing. But whatever it is where it says, you know, work as if you think you don't need to. Well, that's fantastic. That's what I do. I work as if I don't need to. That doesn't mean there aren't things during my day that I don't like doing. Like at the moment I'm working with a insurance broker. My wife is laughing because I'm on the phone and I'm crunching this guy, right? Because he sends me this bill I extended the premium over this property for 4 months and he sent me a $23,000 bill for 4 months worth of extra insurance cover. And I said, you've got to be joking. He's got this nervous cough. You know, when you start putting pressure on some of these guys, they have this, and he gets about one word out between every cough and it's really annoying. And I said, well, maybe you should have something for your throat. Give me a call back. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk to you about my journey of what's happened over these past things. And I've got a couple of points for you. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you practical points. I'm going to give you personal points. And then we'll tie some business strategy in with it. So I'll give you personal things to say, this is what we've got to do. And then I'll give you some very practical things about development and what we did and the way that we structured it. So that will hopefully help you as well. So I brought myself to this point, and I read this quote. I thought it was very interesting. Let me read it for you. It was an article in the Bulletin by Mr. Rodney Adler. Who knows who he is? Currently in jail. Anyway, this was around the whole HIA insurance collapse. And what he was doing, this article was interviewing Rodney Adler, and he said, you don't understand the pressures and expectations and the disadvantages in coming from a rich family. I thought, isn't that interesting? Isn't it funny that we always want to be on the other side of the street? You know, I grew up in a fantastic, loving family that had nothing. And when I was just a kid, I didn't think that, why don't I have steak rather than sausages? I was happy with sausage. I'd never had steak. I didn't realise what I was missing. I was just growing up. But here I read this article when I was back to zero, where Rodney Adler's saying, you don't understand the disadvantages of the pressures coming from a rich family. And I thought, you know, one thing that I've got to do, and you need to write this down, if you're going to be successful in life, you're going to be a successful property developer, or whatever it is that you do, stop playing the blame game. You know, no matter what point of view you have, no matter where you find yourself in life, you can always play the blame game. And Rodney Adler is playing the blame game, saying, you don't understand what it's like to come from a rich family. And then there's other people that are making nothing of their life and they're saying, well, I've got nothing. So we got both opposite ends of the spectrum and the scale saying, if I was in the other person's shoes, I'd be able to do something with my life. You know, we have people say, well, my eyes are too close together. My mother's too ugly. My dad was on the dole. We can all find excuses, and what we find, we put so much effort into finding quality excuses of why we can't do something when we should be putting our efforts towards finding a solution to the problem that we are currently in. Stop playing the blame game. And I had to come to a point in my life when I was 26 years of age, about 9 years ago, where I said, I am going to take responsibility for the position that I find myself. Someone said to me this quote, and I believe it, and I don't like it. But you have today exactly the amount of money you deserve. You don't deserve any more money than what you currently have. You have the amount of money that you deserve. And I have the amount of money that I deserve. And I really dislike that because I think I deserve more. And you probably in the same category. We think we deserve more money, but the fact is, it's skill, education, commitment, desire, work and time that I don't want to win the lottery. Sometimes I go to the casino. I go to the casino for enjoyment. I don't go to the casino to win because I normally don't. But I don't go in the lottery because I don't want to win money. I want to learn how to create it. Money is like water. You've got to learn how to direct it, like what Keith's done. He's very good at what he's done. And what he does, he learns how to direct money in his favour. Well, I want to do that. I want to learn that skill rather than be the type of person that needs to win something to bail me out of my next problem. That's not the skill that I'd like to be working on. But we've got to stop playing the blame game. We've got to move beyond that point and say, I'm going to take responsibility for who I am and I'm going to make it happen.